in this video we will test together some new face products by Essence, and I will use the Instant Matte Makeup up to 18 hours super long lasting mineral powder matte complex, and this is in shade 20 matte sand, and this is a high coverage waterproof makeup that can last up to 18 hours, so we will see about that. And for concealer I will use the Stay All Day 16-hour long lasting concealer. I will also use a contouring stick, and I will use the 2-in-1 highlight and contouring stick, and I got it in lighter skin. And also I will use the Luminous Matte bronzing powder for lighter skin also. And I don't usually test a lot of face products at the same time because then we don't know which product worked and which didn't, but these products are by the same company, so I suppose they will work well together. I will also do a wear test at the end of the day, so we will see if these products are long lasting after a few hours. And don't forget to subscribe to get notified for my latest videos, and let's get started with the review. So first I will start with my moisturizer, and I will use the Moisturising Anti-Aging Sun Protection for sensitive skin, and this is by the company Ultrasun. I continue with the Beautyfing Touch by Icona Milano, and this is a face primer. So let's start with our foundation, and I will apply a small amount on the back of my hand. Ooh, this is very thick. Can you see that? This is so thick. Oh my god. On the package it doesn't say for which skin type is appropriate to this product, so I don't know. I will use it on my dry and sensitive skin and we will see. This is so thick that it doesn't move, guys. Zero viscosity. So I zoomed in so you can see a little better, and let's start. Okay, let's see what happens with only one coat. Oh, this is so thick, but I think the color is exactly how I wanted it. I hope it doesn't oxidize. It has a chemical smell, but it is very mild. It smells nice. I cannot understand the smell, but it smells very nice. We can see that only with one coat it covered my veins, my redness, and I will not use it on my under eye circles because I have a concealer, and even if I didn't have the concealer I wouldn't, because this is very thick and I don't want to dry my under eye area. But I believe that this can also cover dark circles. And we can see that with only one coat, this is a full coverage foundation. Yep. On the rest of my face, I will use a flat foundation brush by Sigma, so we can see if the foundation can be applied also with a brush. I think it oxidizes a little. We will see on my face. As we can see, it is very easily applied also with a brush, and it doesn't leave any brush strokes on my face. I feel my skin a little tight, and that's because this is a very thick foundation. It covered everything, also my freckles that I had on my nose. And I will apply one more coat to see if this is also buildable. So this foundation is blendable and also buildable. I feel my skin a little tight, and that's because the foundation is so thick. I believe that you don't need two coats because you can get a full coverage finish with only one coat with this foundation. This is a tacky foundation. You definitely need to set it. I cannot move my skin, especially this area here. I feel like I am plastic, you know, that I cannot make all the expressions that I want with my face. As you can see, it settles in the fine lines, and that's because the foundation is very thick and you need to blend the lines and then set it with powder. As I can see, I think that this is a little bit oxidized, but not like the Milani foundation. With the Milani foundation, it oxidizes 2 shades darker than my skin tone. Above my pores, they are not very visible and it gives a matte finish to the skin. And let's continue with the Stay All Day 16-hour concealer. And it comes with a doe foot applicator. So with only one coat, I can still see some of my veins peeking through. And also it didn't cover up my dark circles, so I have to apply a second coat. With the second coat, it didn't cover my dark circles, so I will apply one more time and I will blend it with my ring finger. When I apply it, it looks very brightening and very promising, but after I blend it with my sponge, I don't see anything. As you can see, we can still see some gray undertones, and that means that the color of this concealer cannot cover my dark circles. And when I take a closer look to the color of the concealer, this is a pinky shade. I always need a yellow shade for my under eye area. I also applied a second coat on my eyelids and it covered my veins completely now. This feels very lightweight on my eyes and it is buildable and blendable. I think it is best when you blend it with your ring finger. I used my Real Technique sponge and I think it soaked up some of the concealer and that's the reason I needed more. Let's continue with the 2-in-1 contouring stick. So this is how much product we get. We will not use it like this because it will break. Because I have light skin, I don't normally do a cream contouring. But let's test this one here to see how easy it is. And this is where my cheekbone is. I don't do this imaginary line from my ear to my mouth because this way I will drag my contouring down and I will look older than I am. It is a cool tone shade and I like that. For contouring it's the best. And I will also do some contouring here because I have a bigger forehead. If your forehead is not as big as mine, don't contour it because you will make it even smaller. But if you have a big head like me, you can use this. And I will also do a nose contouring. I like contouring my bottom of my nose like this, so I can make it look that it's smaller and more pointed up, you know. So I will blend everything with my small contouring brush by Luxy Beauty. This is the 512. I like to blend it towards my hairline and then very lightly towards my nose. And this is very easily blended. But I think I don't see anything. I don't know, I think that it is not very noticeable. I don't know, I feel that it disappeared. Where are you contouring? Where are you? I will apply some more. So I will blend it with my sponge this time. So now it looks a little muddy. My contouring is not very intense, not very impressed. I could say it is buildable, but we cannot see a lot of difference. So let's see the other side, how well it blends into the skin. And I will apply it on top of my contouring, also on my nose and on my cupid's bow. I prefer blending it with my finger. The highlighting shade is a very light champagne color and when you blend it, it just gives a very slight sheen to the skin. It is not very visible. This is very natural, so I don't see any point of applying it. And I will set everything with my fixing powder by Art Deco Cosmetics. So about the concealer, now that I have set it with powder, it dries very quickly and it's not easy to blend after it dries. I would suggest to apply it, blend it and set it immediately, because then it is very difficult to blend it and it gets in the creases of your eyes. I think this concealer would be very good for cut crease eye makeup because it dries so quickly, and also you don't need a lot of powder to set it. I feel my skin so tight right here. So I will take my brush and tap the excess off because this is very powdery. So this powder blends very easy and it is buildable, it is blendable. It is not as intense as I thought it would be, but it gives a nice warmth to the skin. The outer part of the bronzing powder has a matte finish and the inner part has a shiny finish, and when you apply the product on your skin, you get a slight shiny finish, which is like a very natural glow. After I applied the setting powder, you cannot even see the highlight stick that I applied. I will continue with the rest of my makeup and I will see you in just one sec. A quick update about the foundation by Essence. As you can see, I got very oily almost, I think, everywhere, and I think that's because my skin cannot breathe. I don't know if you can see it very clearly. I have some dry patches here and here. I feel my skin very tight in this area here. Also, I have some very weird holes in my foundation. Like here, 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 here. My skin just tries to breathe. I have covered my skin with a very thick foundation. It feels strange. It's been only 3 hours since I have done my face makeup. My skin is just singing to me right now. Let me out! Let me out! This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please come let me out. This is the song of Rick and Morty in the episode Tiny Rick. Have you seen it? I hope that I can tolerate it for the sake of the review, but we will see. So I will see you in a few hours with or without the foundation. So it's been 6 hours. I cannot stand this foundation anymore on my skin, so I have to take it off. And let's see what happened with all the face products. As always, I didn't do any touch-ups with a tissue or a setting powder. You see all the greasiness that my skin has produced. So for the foundation, as you can see, I got very oily. This is greasy, and also I have some dry patches over here. And this area here on my face is very tight and dry, and my skin cannot breathe, and that's the reason that I am so greasy. So I would say this foundation is not suitable for someone with dry skin because this is very, very thick. And if you have this foundation, please let me know in the comments below if it works for you and what skin type you have. And if you have dry skin, how do you use it? Do you mix it with something and it becomes more lightweight? I don't know, this doesn't work for me. I cannot use it. About the highlighting and contouring stick, this is for lighter skin. The highlighting shade doesn't show up on my skin. After I set it with powder, I couldn't see it, and I ended up using another highlighter. And also about the contouring stick, it blended very easy but into nothing. It doesn't have any intensity. I don't know if the darker shade would be more appropriate for my skin, but this one didn't work also. I look so greasy right now. Yucks, yucks, yucks. So about the concealer, this is the star of the show. It is the only thing that looks good on me right now. I still have some grayish color on my under eye areas, but it's not very visible. It didn't crease. I don't feel that it's tight on my skin. I blended all my eyeshadows very easy on top of the concealer. Also, I used this concealer to cut my crease and it was very easy. For the bronzing powder, we can say that I am still contoured. I think I shouldn't judge this product only by today's performance because the foundation didn't work for me. So I will test it with other foundations as well, and it may work well or it may not. And now I have to do some touch-ups to get a good thumbnail picture, and that completes this video. Don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!